Yeah, this is Tactical United and I'm Tactical Red and I'm back. I'm joking. But, do you know what? I took a little bit of time off YouTube for a minute because I thought, do you know what? I thought, I'm being too negative about Ollie and I don't want to be too negative about him because I want to do well. So I stopped being negative for a minute on YouTube. I still had the same thoughts, but I thought, okay, let me not just like spread negativity. But I knew I was fucking right. From back then, I said he's shit. We just lost to West Ham 2-0. I mean, 2-0, do you know what 2-0 is a scoreline like? It's like, we're not that good because we can beat you without you scoring. And we can beat you comfortably. Because 2-0 is a comfortable scoreline. It's like, they don't even have to play that well. Because if you win 2-0, how can you not score one goal? Because we're Man United. Because we're managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a manager who has no credentials. I told everyone about Solskjaer. I said he's rubbish. I said he's a rubbish manager. I said he's dead. Doesn't do anything. McTominay, Matic, Mata, Pereira in one team. That does not make any sense when you have Fred. At least Fred. Why isn't Delo on the bench over Rojo? Why? Why has no one highlighted why Delo had played games and then Rojo went on the bench? Because Rojo can play right wing, right back, left back. Maybe left wing too. Maybe. Why is he not on the bench? He's an option. But we only had one option on the bench, Fred. Gomez was the second option, and Delo would have been the third option. But instead, who did we bring on? Lingard. Jesse fucking Lingard. Fucking Jay Links. This Jay Links motherfucker. What did he do? Nothing. Mata, why is he playing? Rashford, injured again. Not even again. Injured, done nothing. He might as well have been injured since February because he's done nothing. He's done fuck all. What is going on? Honestly, I didn't want to spread the negativity, so I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to keep quiet. I'm going to stay off YouTube and not spread negativity. Because I obviously, as a Man United fan, which I am, I wanted it to work. I wanted to win. Of course I did. But I knew we wouldn't. I said we wouldn't from April. April's a long time ago. He is a limited manager. I said he's a League One manager at best. That was my quote. League One at best. He's not even a Championship manager. He'll get found out in the Championship. He did already. With Cardiff. He got them relegated. And then he got sacked when they were in the Championship after I think no more than 7 to 8 games, maybe 10 or 9 games, sacked. After 9 games or something, sacked in the Championship. Do you know how shit you gotta be to be sacked after 9 games? Do you know how poor you gotta be doing? That's like Frank de Boer level. Like Frank de Boer doesn't manage no more because he's shit. Even if he does, no one knows who is he managing because he's shit. That's what Ole Solskjaer is. Shit. Like, I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to be truthful, but he is. And you know why? Like, there's so much evidence. I can go through evidence from May to now. Let's start back in May. Let's start back. He said he can't wait for pre-season. He said it multiple times that he can't wait for pre-season. He said it many times. Every press conference, nearly the last 5 games, every press conference he was talking about pre-season, or before the game or after the game, he was talking about pre-season. 100%. He got his pre-season. What did he do with this pre-season? Nothing. How are we playing? Worse than we was playing when he first was there. All the players are getting injured. Why? Because he's overplaying Rashford. Playing him in every game. wishing and hoping and dreaming he was going to score. But he doesn't score because he's not a striker, because he's not that player that you decided to give £200,000 a week to. He's not. He's Rashford. He's Trashford. Like, he's just not that good. Like how many times is a guy going to play for you to see that he's not good? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like, us as Man United fans are accepting that. In the summer, in the summer, do you know what he had? He had a chance to rebuild this team. And not a complete rebuild, but at least lay the foundations. And he believes laying the foundations is just buying a right back and a centre back. You see, like, when you don't score, teams are not afraid of you. So therefore, you can have the best defense in the world. They have no fear of what you can do at the other side. So they're just going to score anyway. And when they do, you can't do fuck all because you can't score. This is Man United. He decided not to buy Bruno Fernandes. And I don't care what anyone tells me about, no, it's not him, it's the board. I don't care. Do you know why? Because it's him. Because he said in May, he will have the final say on transfers. That's what he said. You're telling me he hasn't got control. When we was going to sign Dybala, you heard Solskjaer say, we need players that want to be here. So clearly, he decided the fact that Dybala was not really making his decision. So we said, no, let's pull out. He has the final say. Yeah? Woodward stated he has money to spend. Woodward has spent money every time we're not in the Champions League. We have money to spend. Woodward would not state we have money to spend and not spend it unless Solskjaer doesn't want to spend it. Like, only spending a net spend of 70 mil. I don't believe that was in the budget. I believe we had a bigger budget than that, but he decided not to spend it because he believed that McTominay, Matic, Fred, Pereira, and Pogba were enough for our midfield. He believed that. That's his belief. He also believes selling Lukaku and Sanchez, not replacing them with anyone. Like, look, I'm like, yeah, you get injuries and that, and Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, yeah. But Chong's not ready, and you're not willing to play Gomez. You're not willing to give Gomez more games to get into his flow. Like, he's not playing games. So you only got Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood, because no one else is getting a game, because you're sucking James's bum, Mata's bum, Lingard's bum. No one's getting games that can do a difference. So you don't sign a player because you believe that these players are good enough because they're getting games. It's just frustrating. I could go on and on and on about games. I could even talk about every single game why we haven't won the game because of him. I can break it down and say, today's game we didn't win because of him. When we played Astana, we struggled to beat them because he decided to play Matic. A static player who doesn't... Every time we play Matic, we can't do shit. Like, all the games Matic has played, the last 3 games have been our 3 worst performances. And Matic has been there every time. What does that say? It's Matic. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to persist with, what we have. So he decided that. He's bringing all these coaches and stuff, and there's so many coaches at the club, but why are we playing worse and worse and worse? Because you can't have too many chefs in the kitchen. So having 6, 7 coaches ain't going to help you, Solskjaer, because you need help. So you brought all these people in because you need help, because you're not good enough. You're relying on them. You're a weak manager. Matic takes the piss out of you, and then you play him every game after he takes the piss out of you. What type of manager is that? What type of message does it send to the players? It's like, like he starts talking shit about me, and then he gets games. Like, you're just some weak pussy. Like, I don't want to be offensive or anything, but like, I can't help but think that, because I can't see any other manager doing what he did in the Premier League.